Hello, everybody. Okay, welcome to the Hellfire Garden. Today we have a special show for all of you. Okay, let me bring in our guest today. We have some people that I'm a big fan of, so this is a bit of an exciting project for me. Welcome, Twiins Inc. and Allison, are you? Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'll go first because I'm more important. Hi, I'm Twiins. I've been doing art for my whole ass life. I got a degree in art. Character design is my passion, and I don't like scary things.
Allison, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Allison. I have also been drawing my whole ass life. Specifically, I specialize in horror art. I love horror. I am a huge coward.
So, if we learned anything today is that should anything scary happen, none of us will be taking charge.
Correct. We all will panic and hide.
Yes.
And Allison will take notes for a future drawing.
I will freeze. My reaction is to freeze, which is great because that means I'm the first to die.
Actually, the first one to die would probably be the tallest one, so we're covered. Quite literally covered. Alright, so we thought that it'd be a cool idea, since it's Friday the 13th, if we rated some spoopy characters from media, books, video games. We got a bunch, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we got all the good stuff.
Okay. So we are going to start our design tier list. I mean, we're taking a few things into account.
Oh yeah, I think it was like memorability, how like iconic they are, which falls into memorability, scare factor.
Mm-hmm. Scare factor.
The character origin is to the art, how it looks. Yeah, I have the list. I have the list pulled up right in front of me.
Look at you being competent. Shit, my pop filter.
Oh no.
Competent. As everything falls off your desk, you drop all the things out of your pockets.
A ludicrous amount of clatter as I drop all the things.
I'll write it down. We can make changes. Memorability. Scare factor.
I spelled it wrong.
Or wait, no! No! You tricked me!
I didn't need to.
Okay. Let's begin.
Just memorability and scare factor. That's it.
Memorability and scare
What else do
factor.
you need for your horror boys, huh? Nothing. Smash or pass.
I was gonna say, what about a Q factor?
I'm pissed on the moon. Oh, that is a choice. So, for our first character that we'll be judging, we have one that I always see in like Party Town. It's Ghostphas from Scream. And a little bit of Scary Movie 1. Why does every girl want Ghostphas? Because they're like a basic guy.
Oh shit, you're not even wrong though.
It's just someone. It's literally that meme of, all right, honey, put on your little bed sheet and be a little ghost for Halloween. But if it was like a goth mom, it's like, put on your black bed sheets and take your kitchen knife.
When I was little, I saw some of Scream when I probably shouldn't have. So when I was much younger, I was quite scared of Ghostphas. But even then, like, I got to like 12 and I got over it. So, and 12-year-old me was still a real
I was never really scared of Ghostphas. He was just a guy. He's literally just a guy.
Yeah, first time I saw this, I was really little, and I saw a man dressed up in this costume, and I was so easily frightened when I was little, and I was like, that man looks silly. And that has been the static, unchanging opinion. I will say it's iconic, but it's not scary.
I suppose I have a hard time even remembering Ghostphas. Like, if I go through the classic, horror collection, I'm like, oh, Freddy, Jason. I forget about Ghostphas.
Yes.
So I'm thinking for putting him in cute derogatory.
I agree. Yeah.
For our second victim, we have you have to say their name because I don't know their name.
Oh yeah. This is from Chainsaw Man. It's the Hell Demon, yeah?
Okay.
Don't worry, there's no story spoilers. Darkness Devil, excuse me.
Darkness Devil. Wow.
The devils are more powerful. They're based off of fears. And people are afraid of the dark.
I gotta say, just looking at him, it doesn't inspire a lot of fear. Maybe in the actual manga, or maybe once it's in the show, it'll be scary.
Presentation.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, this design, metal, amazing. I'm not afraid, but I am inspired.
I gotta agree. I don't think the Darkness Devil is that scary. I just really like Chainsaw Man. And I wanted something from Chainsaw Man in the list.
I guess if it was in person, it'd be scary. The necromorphs from Dead Space.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't believe that we have the Dead Space necromorphs on the list. I'm gonna assimilate this into that, because I feel like that's a presentation of the character that is accurate. So just think of our judgment of this character as the one from Dead Space.
Oh, I like this design. I'm not afraid at all. Oh, I don't know what to say.
It's not scary.
It's not scary. I like the
feel a fool
design.
for suggesting it.
I was thinking
cute.
Cute is too high praise for such a not scary entity.
I think cute would be okay.
wait for a sequel seems so mean because Dead Space is never getting a sequel.
Yeah, let's go away for a sequel.
Yeah.
Okay, well, next on our list, we have, I hope this PNG isn't too small. Alma
It's
from, I'll give a bit of context because I'm probably the most familiar with Alma. Alma is basically the antagonist of the Fear games. They were early 2000s horror first-person shooters, which for the time, that was not common. And I gotta tell you, they are actually very, very scary. Alma is this sort of supernatural / experimented on child that basically, the deal. It escapes from the test tube. Oh no!
It's like Mewtwo, but worse.
So, presentation-wise, she's terrifying. When you see her in the game, it's always you're turning the corner and then you'll see in the faraway distance her walking down a hallway off screen.
Ooh.
As she's walking
I
away.
hate that. No, I hate girls in hallways. No.
She's not approaching you. She's think of going down a hallway, and down the hallway are two branching paths. She is just exiting the path, and you can see her back.
I don't like it.
And then as you walk down the hallway, she just zooms into you as a mirage, and then she dissipates.
Ugh. Ugh. I hate you, Alma.
I mean, she has different designs. I can try pulling them up here.
Yeah, she's got her sexy and extra scary versions, but I will say, no matter what, it's a little bit generic. She is, scary girl with long dark hair. Yeah, it's not the most unique thing even on our list, let alone in general. So she's scary, but she's definitely not breaking new grounds with her design.
True. I will say, regardless of breaking new ground or not, I think there's definitely a reason why this trope is a trope. Because little girls with long dark hair and their fangs are scary.
I honestly think
kind of the big crux of it is she's at her scariest when she's a little kid. The other two versions of her almost weaken the impact.
Yeah, I think it's just an effect of the character existing for multiple years, like for sequels.
Mm-hmm.
That's just why it happened. Like, if you just play the first Fear, it's good. It's good horror. I will never play that game, provided that I'm not given an incentive. I hate her.
I think with sequels, the problem is, especially for horror, you always gotta up the ante, right? And so you have this really solid design for the first one, and then it's like, well, shoot, we gotta make it scarier, I guess.
We're gonna keep it hotter. Yeah.
And yeah, I do think though that for her first form specifically, I would put her at keeps me up at night.
I agree. If we're ranking her other designs, they can go into meh, but specifically the little girl version of her keeps me up at night.
Yeah, I have the PNG. I have all the PNGs here, so I'll just have like her like scariest form separate, and I'll put the 3 faces of Alma here in meh. Alright, so let us bring our next victim. I forgot her name. I know it's not Viola.
It's like Charlotte or something, yeah? Ellen.
Ellen.
It's Ellen. And you're right. You are correct. Their names should have been swapped.
So, The Witch's House. I've never played it, but I've seen people play it because I'm a coward. That's how I interact with horror. I watch people play it, and I'm just like, yeah, that's a good game. I think it's like a anime ification of the horror girl trope.
Changing it from, long black hair to turning it purple in a way.
It's kind of like
still got like the red dress and some like elements of like white and
it's kind of like the type of like Lolita design effect. Like that's how they like went with it, and I love the dresses and Lolita like designs. So that's why I was like, I'm biased. It's purple and it's
the perfect color palette.
Says the most unbiased
lots
character.
of things around and there's twins. Just in color inverted twins.
At the end of the day, I'm still not that frightened of Ellen. She's horrific, seeing what she does to our protagonist. But just looking at this little girl, I'm like, I could probably beat you up. I love the design. And conceptually, the horror is there, but in practice, I'm just not that scared.
It's a fair point because it's interesting because like looking at her, I go, ugh, but like when I'm thinking about what makes her uncomfortable to me, I'm thinking about the scenario that the game takes you through and what you learn and all just everything. The design itself isn't scary, but I don't know, like the events are scary. So how do you do this?
I don't think that she's supposed to inspire mix of something that's familiar twisted into something that's scary. Especially when you go into like when you play the game, you're in this mansion that's trying to kill you, and at every turn, you have to try to find a way out. Now this is a still image of before she does the scary. You're playing a pixel game where you're just walking around, and then it cuts to this, and then she does the scary phase.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, you know what? I think I would also put this one and keeps me up at night.
Yeah, it's too good to put into meh, so keeps me up at night. I'll have to agree. I'd pay to see twins fight off anime lolly in the ring.
Ding ding.
I'd win.
Twins versus children.
I'd beat them happily. I can't say that.
I don't know about happily, but I mean, I'd win. All right, so next on the list, we have... Da, 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 da. All right, so I want to have a representation for all of the different creepypasta, because I think that's like an important part of the history of horror in like recent time. We chose Slender Man to be our representation for scary creepypasta.
Where do we even start?
Slender Man has made an amazing circle where it started off and I was so terrified of him.
Daddy.
It's a pretty creepy design. It's a horrific idea. Marble Hornets specifically were quite well done for a time. But then we all got so used to Slender Man. I find it hard to imagine a world where I'd be frightened of him again.
Yeah, that's the tricky thing, isn't it? So, like, when he first was being a thing, oh my gosh, he was so scary. Around the time where people started on DeviantArt, like, drawing pictures of him being cute and, like wearing daddy sweaters, and, you know, once you see a horror character in a daddy sweater, it's like,
Did y'all remember when Jeff the Killer made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and not stabbing somebody? I remember.
It's truly the fate of all of these creepypastas. Like, yeah, Slenderman is the best example, but Jeff has gone through the same uwooification. Ben Drowning has gone through it as well. And so it's kind of a perfect microcosm of the horror of creepypastas and how finite it truly is.
Yeah,
startlingly fast shelf life.
So I don't want to lend too much credence into the Tumblr sexy manification of a lot of like, because like every single like I've seen people do that for Ghostphas, for Jason. Oh my gosh, how many hunky men in Jason outfits does it take to make it seem not scary?
That's fair. Okay.
Just treating it
him
as a legend of a spirit that takes children away in the forest. I think it's very scary. However, it is not very memorable.
Minus all the everything internet about him. It's not giving you a bunch to work with, and taking away children is like the first thing, like route one of horror. Like, oh, okay, come up with a boogeyman. He takes away bad little kids in the spooky forest, and it's not bad, but it's again basic meh.
Yeah, with the way how he has gone, I would put him into cute.
Creepypastas did keep me up at night. But there is one specific that I'll do after this one that legitimately kept me up at night. But if I was going to rate this one, I would put him in meh. So this is going to be a bad idea because this is my legitimate top tier, this literally kept me up at night character. The Rake.
What is this guy? I don't know this. What is this guy?
What? You don't know the Rake? He's like one of the guys. He's like one of the first.
So
is he a sleep paralysis demon?
I'm not gonna get the whole story, but the whole concept of him is that he will sit on your bed looking at you. And when you see him, he will run out of your room and kill someone else in your house, not you.
Oh.
Now, the concept is scary. Like, oh, someone else died. However, the scary part is if he's not in your bed.
Then that means he's at somebody else's and you could die. That is horrific. I hate this guy.
Yeah, he's good.
I think I've heard tales of this Rake man, but I don't think
Now, design-wise, it's just a dehydrated mummy boy. So design-wise, I can't give him any points. However, if we're going by like how scary like he is, Oh my, I needed therapy. There we go. All right. Moving on to our next character, Annabelle.
You suck. You're not even good. She doesn't even go here.
Now, I'm going to give her the same rating for me personally. I was horrified by Chucky, and I think I would have to put her in Keeps Me Up at Night. And there actually aren't that many like doll horrors. Like there's a few, but there aren't that many because of how much money it takes to do, traditional effects.
That makes sense. I never considered that.
Like not only is it difficult to do convincingly, but it's also expensive. So.
I'm biased when it comes to Annabelle. You go first, Twiins.
I think Annabelle sucks. I am not scared. And like, that's the thing. It's supposed to be a real thing. You can actually go see the real Annabelle that's supposedly actually haunted. And I feel nothing for this stupid doll. She's not scary. Just get rid of the doll. And I would put her in wait till there's a sequel.
That's where I fall. So the thing is for me, okay, Chucky, I think Chucky's design is good because you see like both. You see the normal like mass-produced Chucky doll. I think it has a different name, like best friend, best buddy. Are
we gonna add Chucky too? Are we doing this? I'm doing this. We're adding Chucky.
Go for it. But yeah, I think Chucky is a solid design because of that, because you see the before and after. You see what the normal doll looks like, and it's like, yeah, that's cute. People would buy that. It's a little bit like unnerving, but in the same way that like a normal like wall-eyed doll would be. And then you have the creepy version. And it's like, okay, I get it. I get how this happened. So Chucky, I think is a good design. Annabelle, I hate Annabelle. It's like, it's so like someone's
trying too hard.
Like, and then she has the darkness around her eyes and she's doing a smile, and it's so lame to me.
I liked that you had brought up to talk about Annabelle because you had, I just brought up a picture of the stupid manhwa. I was just trying to look for the Chucky picture. I scared myself. Here's Chucky.
There's Chucky.
Man, that's a legend.
You know what? That's almost cute.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, no, I hated Chucky. He's a scary, stupid guy, and I hate him.
I agree. I also similarly, I think it was the same week that I saw too much of Scream as a little kid. I also saw too much of Chucky, and Chucky can lick my Chucky. All my homies hate Chucky. Annabelle goes into you're not even scary. Chucky needs therapy. They are opposite ends of the horror.
Yeah, now that we've accepted to bring in Chucky, Annabelle, you can go to cute derogatory. Why did I agree to do this? Why did I agree to do this?
Who said smash?
Why? Here is the real Annabelle doll.
That's what that is. That's that first picture. Okay. Rorschach tests with Twiins. I was looking at Annabelle looking all tiny in the list, and I was like, what is that? And I was like, what is that? Just a head. I could not grasp what I was looking at when it came to Annabelle. It's fine.
I'm biased in the other direction with this Annabelle, in that my sister used to have a Raggedy Ann doll, and her name was Money. Because my sister is that kid. And because of that, I can't find Raggedy Ann scary. But she's better than movie Annabelle.
Yeah, okay, let's put actual Annabelle in meh. and then put movie animal and cute derogatory.
Chat. Slenderman, smash or pass?
Stop it! Stop it, Twiins!
Pass.
Bad!
Pass.
Get the spray bottle! I don't like where this is going. Anyway, let's move on to the next character that is not from a horror franchise, but I genuinely think the concept is terrifying. Ms. Dina Fritz from Attack on Titan.
Oh, too many teeth.
There's
Excellent.
so too many teeth. What do you need all those for?
Most
Fun fact
prepared
about horror design. If you want to make something scary, go in real well with the teeth. Like, just really go in on it. Doesn't matter what aspect of teeth you do. If you want to make them real big, if you want to put too many in there, or just if you want to add too much detail to the teeth.
I've never watched Attack on Titan, and for the longest time, the reason was because the Titans scared me too much. Then eventually it became, I'm like, this is too long, and I don't know if this is for me, but, like, the Titans are really scary.
Yeah, there is something so, like, claustrophobically anxiety building of being in a city that has walls, and just outside are things that want to eat you. It's like zombies, but like better or worse,
I agree.
depending on how you look at it.
I think they're much more frightening than a zombie has ever been.
Yeah.
Because, and I think the reason why I think they're so scary, even though the whole show is about them fighting back, is that it takes body-destroying effort to kill Titans.
Yeah. It's a huge event for every one Titan. And I feel like they're animated too well. Like, they have too many frames.
Yeah,
they have
I've
too many
seen
frames.
GIFs and I never like them. Yeah, don't like. Would put it in. Keeps me up at night.
And
I agree.
for me personally, I would put it in Seek Therapy.
It's not that level for me, but I don't object to it being there. I can see how it could be there, so I'd say go for it.
Maybe put the Titan itself into Keeps Me Up at Night, and then the picture of the event of becoming a Titan, of getting injected into Seek Therapy. You see what I'm saying? See, a mature mind can recognize the horror of that. If you're like, that's not scary, it's because you're like 10.
Yeah. Speaking of things that you'll think are scary, you're 10 years old. That was too good of an impression. Mr. Huggy Wuggy.
No.
Huggy Wuggy, I think his name is.
I think it's Huggy Wuggy, and the girl is Kissy Missy.
I'm so angry.
And when you said earlier, it's like, oh, just add more teeth. It'll make it scary. I disagree. Because
Okay, yeah. There's a fine line. Here's the thing. Here's the addendum. Big underlines on this. If you're going to make the teeth sharp, you need to know when to draw the line. Because if you go, oh, sharp teeth are scary because they'll bite real hard and good, and then you draw a million teeth and you're like, yes, I've done it. It's so scary. No. You've done too much.
That Huggy Wuggy here would be scarier if he just had too many human teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Me personally, I think it would be scarier if the iris was smaller, like it was just like a really tiny dot, and it had no teeth.
Could
work, yeah. Could work. Just human teeth.
Just the thing that eats you whole.
Huggy Wuggy's scariest feature really is his long limbs, I think. But even then, he's not really. He's perfect for what he is meant to be, a horror mascot for kids, because kids will be like, he's got so many teeth. There's a loud noise when he's on screen. Eek! But he's not really that scary. Quite frankly, even in this form, I would be delighted to have a Huggy Wuggy doll.
If I bought a doll of this, I'm just like, it's like on the level of like Freddy Fazbear, is like that. It's not scary. I can just put it on my like, I can get a Freddy Fazbear mug and not be scared.
Yeah, I could cuddle with this guy.
It's kind of like, for me, of how, like, in the first Five Nights at Freddy's, you see Freddy and you're like, yo, that's scary. And then by, like, oh gosh, I don't remember the numbers. The one where it's the kid and you're running around.
4.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, the nightmare ones, they have 20 rows of razor sharp teeth. And I'm like, okay.
I guess we don't care about. Can we put him and wait for a sequel?
Yeah. Huggy sucks.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This was a short.
Not him anymore.
A short but well-deserved review.
But black.
I'll just bring him in. You know, he wants to be involved.
He does.
He wants to let you know that he wants to let you know that he's here. I am scared.
Yeah, I was gonna say, see, this one is good because look at those teeth. They're not stupid.
We spend the rest of the stream looking at teeth.
Yeah.
So Freddy's not scary, really. They've never been. None of the animatronics for FNAF have really been all that scary. It's the concept of getting pushed into an animatronic that is scary. They themselves aren't.
Go
I would
ahead.
say that Golden Freddy is extremely effective, and I would put him in scary. I would rank him as scary because he is utilized extremely well. He doesn't pop up very often at all. And unlike everything else that you see, he's not moving. He's sitting there, he's limp. And then your game just crashes. And that is, I think, in a game that is specifically designed around jump scares, I think that is very effective.
Make a scary scream. No, I think I agree with you 100% that I think Golden Freddy is the peak of Five Nights at Freddy's horror.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I would say I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I hadn't really considered how this is specifically Golden Freddy and how he is such an anomaly. The other one.
Yeah, we
I would say
did
so.
Scott Cawthon a favor and picked the scariest one instead of I don't know, the mom from Sister
Toy
Location.
Chica. Yeah.
Toy Chica and Ballora. Hell yeah.
Anyway, keeps me up at night probably above
Below Slenderman.
this one is a personal choice of mine because I have a specific memory of being frightened by a family member because they snuck a life-sized version of this through a door and scared me. And I hate it. The evil snowman from that one specific snowman horror movie. I hate this. This is my very specific keeps me up at night because there is a specific scene that I remember where the snowman grabs the guy and he has like icicle spears that protrude out of his chest that go into the guy he's holding. And that memory has haunted me for years. Anyway, Allison, Twiins, what do you guys think?
Is he magic? Like, can't you just melt him?
This is happening in the winter. I imagine that you just don't have enough time to wait for him to melt.
Can you not make a fire? Could you hit him with a stick? Like, he's just snow, yeah?
I have not watched the movie long enough to know how it ends.
That's fair.
I just know that Snowy Man Skilly.
He's not fun to look at.
Yeah, I will say it's so the reason why I have a little giggle thing going is his I do really like his eyebrows.
They are cute.
Little sticks. But that aside, this is pretty solid. I like that they didn't go too far. They didn't go, oh geez, how do we make a snowman scary? Give him claws, give him big ol' or you know, they just made those eyes really dark and void-y. I would not say that I am personally scared of this. I would put it in meh, but
I'm okay with that. I think that the scariest thing is the fact that it is an innocuous object that you would not think twice about that will just sneak up on you. That's usually why, because if I remember correctly in the movie, like a person is just walking down and then they see the snowman and they keep walking and then they look back and the snowman is closer to them, and then each time they look back, the snowman is closer and closer. But whenever they look back, they don't move.
I looked up GIFs because I was like, maybe it's scarier in motion.
It's probably goofy. It's probably goofy.
It looks like a costume. It's quite frankly more frightening in image form. I'm gonna have to go with meh.
I am okay with putting it in meh. After thinking more about it. Now then, let's go to the next one. Oh, where did I put the picture? Oh, here it is.
Attend the unibrow.
So the literal PNG that I had made the stream crash. So I'm going to switch to PNG real quick. All right, now for our next discussion, we have a character that I don't know personally. However, I was very moved.
Yeah.
Why she look like that? I don't like her. Scary blue lady. I put her and keeps me up at night. Twiins, you played the game. I want him to give us some background.
Yeah, this is Mari, from Amori. This is a unique instance of seeing her. What's really great is honestly, you actually see this for a very short amount of time when you're playing. So we get to sit here and just take her in and all her beautiful details. In the game though, it's on screen for just a second. And then you're sort of left to be like, what did I just see? And fill in the blanks yourself. So it's really effective and great. So not only is she visually quite scary, she's also a major player in the story as well. And it's fun.
This is very, I can't look at the screen. I have to look away. I'm sorry. It's too much.
She does not keep me up at night, personally. But I would put her into keeps me up at night because I just like her so much.
I feel like keeps me up at night works very well because while she might not keep you up at night, Twiins, I distinctly remember the scream that pierced every ear on planet Earth when you streamed
Both of
this
them.
part.
Because she made me scream twice because it was like I was frightened. And then I realized how frightened I was, and I screamed again. The rake's pretty horrifying. I'd keep Mari below the rake.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's a good tier. Moving on to our next guest. What do I do this to myself? The Bonchong Ghost Girl.
Yeah!
I don't like her.
I don't
I don't like her. You can't say she doesn't know how to throw it back. Twick, take those words back.
Yeah, she doesn't because she's doing it wrong. It's like, no, honey. No, not the booty. You gotta, girl.
Look at my belly. You're not even showing me your belly. You're showing me your... Also, how does the blood drip up?
It's because it had already settled.
Yeah, it was. She was standing
I can't
normal.
do this. Tonight is going to be horrible.
Yeah.
She goes into unique therapy. She's
You need therapy. Therapy. Directly to therapy. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
She haunted the entirety of the internet for so long.
No one was safe. Everyone saw it and was like, oh god, that was the worst thing. Time to show my friends.
Yes. Just spread so naturally. Like a disease.
I think my eyes physically hurt from looking at her.
She is an eyesore.
I want to take a break of me getting scared. So I'm gonna put a character that I have never seen because I'm too much of a weenie to look at the movie. What's her face? What's her name? The Grudge.
I hate her. I hate her. I hate her. I hate her sound. I can't. Nothing about
What is her sound?
No.
Oh.
She death rattles.
I hate her. She's the worst.
And since she's a Japanese ghost, because that's the thing in America, so often it's like, well, once the sign comes up, the ghost goes no, and they dissipate. That's not how it works in Japan. She'll just keep coming after you. in the day.
You lose.
Yeah.
If you enter her domain, if you go into this house, you will die. And you will die horribly. Horribly, horribly. It doesn't matter what you do, or what you try, or where you go, she will get you. And she's so, she's hallways and flashing lights and blah, I hate her. So yeah, her backstory is that she was just a housewife. She has a son and a husband, and the husband became convinced that the son was not his, that she had cheated on him. And so he, I believe he drowned the son in the bathtub with the cat, and then strangled her to death, and broke her neck.
That's why she stands like that.
Yes. And that's why she makes the death rattle, because that was
But she's choking.
Yep. And yeah, she just haunts her house forever, and if you go into her house, you die.
The reason why I think I had said to involve her in our tier list because she kind of started the trend of little girl that's creepy, correct? Because The Exorcist came first,
and
right?
The Ring. I actually don't know if The Exorcist came out first.
I think if we're speaking on technicalities, the origin point of ghosts and horrors designed like this probably date all the way back to like yokai and you know.
Oh, totally. But like popularization worldwide, I would say, were The Grudge and The Ring. Those were the ones that hit the West and hit them really hard.
She goes and seek therapy. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. I am like shaking a little bit.
Let's bring it back down.
This one isn't
Let's get
scary.
a piano.
This one isn't scary though. It's Freddy Krueger.
Oh yeah, Freddy's not scary.
Oh,
either.
yeah.
Freddy's funny. Like he's just a funny guy.
The scariest thing about Freddy is that he attacks you when you're sleeping, and which makes it like I can't go to sleep because Freddy's gonna get me. And that conceptually is quite horrific. But Freddy himself is like, he's just a guy. Get rid of his glove and he's just a man.
I mean, he is just a man, and it doesn't help that they made the movie where the kids get to fight back.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that the fear really was that he was in your head and you couldn't do anything about it. But then they made a movie, which is my favorite because it's the least scary of them all. Where they get to fight back, and I'm just like, yeah, him! I am the wizard master!
Would put him in meh, personally.
I would put him in the top of cute derogatory. Alright, I feel a bit better with that palate cleanser. Next on our list, we have this lady. I do not know her, so can you guys give her introduction?
Yes. So this is the woman next door, I believe, or the window next door. This is by the iconic Junji Ito, and this is a fun little short story. It's about a boy, and he moved into a new house, and there's a lady who lives next door, and their windows are like facing each other. And every night she calls out to him like, hey boy, how are you doing? How you doing over there? And he's like, stranger danger. And her window just kind of starts getting closer. Like, as the nights go on, it seems to be just getting closer. It's literally growing towards his. And at the end, you can see her face, and that's it. Junji Ito makes a really good use of the page turn, and so this is a manga jump scare. You turn the page, and this is what you see.
So I'm assuming by the end that her hands are not outside, are not touching the outside of her window. They're touching the inside of the room of his window.
That is a great idea. But actually, no, they move.
Yeah, this is one of the rare instances in a horror thing where the family's like, and then we fucking left. Bye. We are out.
So nobody
Really?
even dies. Yeah, it's which is really great.
Just left.
Wow.
Thank goodness.
So, what do you guys think she should? I would put her in Keeps Me Up at Night because that is effective.
I agree. I think she actually kind of kept me up at night when I first saw her. We wanted to represent Junji somehow. We needed Mr. Ito on the list in some way. And I think picking her was the best choice because, like, look at her. So often his horrors or concepts, they're very heady horrors. But she's just, like, dude. Look at her. So yeah, keeps me up at night, man.
Next on the list, it's the one thing from the dog game.
This is from Okami. Boy, what was her name though?
The Spider Queen, I
The
believe.
Spider Queen. So here's why she's so scary. She's a relatively early game boss. She's just a big spider woman. A little par for the course. A solid design, similar to how we saw with like the Grudge and Alma. What makes her scary? This is not her level. Way deeper into the game, you find a haunted ship, and she starts jump scaring you suddenly, where she comes at the screen like this, and you're not expecting it, and it is like, you do, and that's why she's so dang scary, is that she just comes back to haunt you hours later.
You can't do anything. And Okami features a system where to do anything in the game, really, you pull up your like brush screen, and it kind of pauses the game and you can draw on the world around you, and that affects the environment. You can use that to fight or change things, whatever. And like I said, it freezes everything. It doesn't freeze her. So if you go, oh God, and like pull up your brush menu, she keeps moving.
Which, like, it's like she enters your safe space, and it's like, no, I thought I was safe here.
Where would you guys rate her?
Maybe meh. I don't think she keeps me up.
With all that glowing praise aside, I think that she is excellent for a very, very brief moment, and it's very memorable. But like as a whole, she's not that scary.
Yeah.
If we're gonna put her in Meh, I'd like to put her at the top because
I would
I
agree,
think-
yeah.
I think she gives way better impressions than anyone else in Meh.
Yeah, very,
100%.
very good. It's just one moment, but it's a very memorable, good moment. Clearly, as we both were like, oh, remember that time?
All right, so the next guest in our tier list is someone that I am also not very familiar with, so I'll need my co-host to give them their proper introduction. This guy.
I don't know this. Get over here.
So this is my fault. This is Ivan Von Ooze. I believe he's from the Power Rangers. And the reason why he's on this list is because there was a commercial for the Power Rangers, and Ivan Von Ooze here was in it, and he scared me as a little kid.
Gotta appreciate the classics.
I couldn't tell you jack about Ivan here. I just know him as the scary purple thing from the commercials that I hated.
Well, maybe they'll have a nice sequel for that commercial. So our next guest is Sachiko Shinozaki. Sachiko herself was a girl that was murdered after her elementary school principal accidentally kills her mother after he attempts to sexually assault her. And she bears witness to this, and then the principal strangles her. After years had passed, she goes on to not only haunt the principal, but hold his ghost hostage, as well as the ghost of his mom and many unfortunate people that fall into her dimensional void of her old elementary school that was taken down.
What game is this?
This is
Corpse party.
a corpse party. I find corpse party as a concept very interesting, probably for reasons that nobody else finds interesting. What I find fascinating is just how relentlessly hopeless it makes you feel. Because that game that I just told you about does not work. Using the charm at all gets you in it. So you blaming other classmates that they counted the wrong amount of time is incorrect. You will still fall into the void and think someone else is at fault for it.
I mean, okay, so everyone who was a fan of Corpse Party back in the day knows this one. But yeah, Sachiko is voiced by the same lady who does Pikachu.
Well, I would put her in Keeps Me Up at Night and at least above Alma because she's like everything Alma is, but better.
I think I would put her above the Titan. Oh, and here's a fun fact. I forgot until just now. However you die in Corpse Party, whatever pain you feel when you die, you feel that pain forever.
Now that we've done gushing about corpse party, let's bring it down to something that probably no one else knows. We have Ghostphas, I think his name is. No, that's not Ghostphas.
Hollow Man.
Horrifying about this is that this group of scientists succeed in making him invisible. And as the movie goes, he becomes jealous of the people that are still visible. And he becomes obsessed with wanting to be visible again, but they can't fix it. So he's invisible forever. So what they try to do is to give him a wax skin. And that's how he looks for the portion of the movie where he is visible. And that is terrifying to me. After he loses his mind and he looks like this, and then he decides to kill everyone else, he just walk around and he could be anywhere.
This is maybe one of the most perfect examples of the uncanny valley that I've ever seen. Because it hits just right there where like his lips are a little too smooth and his nose doesn't have holes and his eyes are gone, and in the other one where his the goggles are like a little too far apart, the nose is too triangular, just the hair's weird and wrong. Excellent.
There's like a toupee that he kind of got on a discount. I'd honestly put it in meh because it is scary, but it's not. He is just a person.
Yeah, like the top of meh.
Almost there. Allison, would you like to introduce this lovely lady?
Oh boy. Oh, would I ever. The pale lady. So my queen, she is the creation of the wonderfully talented Stephen Gamble of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark fame. The stories in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark are not very memorable. They're not that scary, honestly.
Does she eat you?
Does she eat you? I can't remember if she eats you or not.
I don't know. Just look at that mouth.
I don't think in the story, I believe she did not succeed in the killing. But I'm not 100% sure because what I remember about her is not the story. No one remembers the stories from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. It's the art. Look at this.
So many details and also so few details at the same time, you know?
I have her
Excellent.
other picture here.
Yeah, that's a different character.
That's a different character?
She's just also very good.
Okay,
Yeah.
Fun fact about that one.
Here's
is
other
that
art by him.
a great example of scary teeth.
I have them both, so I
Yes.
guess we'll judge them both at the same time because I have both their P&Ds in the tier list.
The second lady, fun fact, if I'm remembering right, she's not even like a bad lady. She's just like...
It's just there.
She's just delivering a message or asking for help or something. She wasn't even like, I'm gonna kill you. She just looks like that.
For the for the sake of the the stream, where would you guys put them both?
Maybe keeps me up at night.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've looked at these so many times that I can't really tell anymore if they're scary or not. I've stared at them for so long.
I think they're too good to go into meh. Maybe below.
Yeah, they're definitely not mad.
maybe below authentic Slenderman. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, that feels weird. I don't like that. Put it above Slender Man.
Maybe above Alma, but not quite as scary as
how about that?
Mori.
There we go.
He would love that.
Actually, wait. There we go, because this one actually kills you.
Yeah. Put the threatening one above. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. So we have it.
So I think between the two I think the original one is scarier, fascinatingly, despite it being, what, Tim Curry? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yep.
His performance is not that scary, but design-wise, he's more scary. Though the new one is way more iconic, because the original that's just a clown.
Yeah, I feel very similarly. I think that the first one is way scarier, but just because, again, practical effects are way scarier than special effects.
Yes,
Because
always will be.
practical effects have to account for actual shadows. Like it's an actual thing that's doing the thing, even though the props are fake. The shadows are real. The lighting is real. So it is something so much scarier than some like CGI, although albeit very impressive CGI in the new movie.
I think I'm gonna agree. I think the original is more scary. The new one isn't bad. It's not like ridiculously overdone or anything like that. But I think something that really lends itself in the original It's favor is that Tim Curry just has a very, very expressive face. He's a good actor.
He's going. I don't think he's wearing a mask. I think that's all makeup.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right, because he just has a really distinctive facial structure, and I can see it pretty well under there. So if he has prosthetics on, obviously the nose, but like limited amounts, and it works really well.
Yeah, I wouldn't dog either of them into below meh or even add meh.
I'm kind of leaning towards the new one being in meh, but I won't complain if it goes a bit higher.
I think, okay, this might be a dumb reason to put it into like not putting it in meh, but I think just because the movie was actually good, I don't want to put it in meh.
Yeah, honestly, that is fair. How things are presented does a lot for the fear.
Like I actually like the effects in the new movie are scary. He is scary. It's just like if I'm thinking about which one is more memorable, the older one is way more memorable in my mind. I forget sometimes that the new it exists, but when I think of it, I think of the old one.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm gonna put him. I would want to put him right here. Okay. So next up. So here is the new moon from the 3DS, and then we have the old moon from the original Majora's Mask.
Yeah, boy.
Now
It's so good.
Gosh, it's
It's
amazing.
impossible.
You see?
It's impossible for me to judge these. I'm so, like, the moon has scared me, but that was the first time that I needed to know more, though. When I first was introduced to Majora's Mask and the horrors of the moon, I was like, what? Because I hadn't heard about it. I didn't know about it. But I love Ocarina. And so seeing this nightmarish version of a game I spent so much time in, and the moon especially being just a permanent threat above the world, it's so horrific. But I've spent so much of my time observing and taking it in that I don't know how scary it is anymore.
Genuinely, I would put the moon in Seek Therapy because the entirety of the moon is horrifying on every single level. Like, just visually, obviously, look at it. But it is also an omnipresent threat that always is literally hanging above everyone's heads. You cannot escape from it, and it is slowly coming closer. It's perfect. It is the epitome of, gosh, would I put it in the cosmic horror category? I guess tentatively.
Yeah.
It changes the way people act. Like you see the different stages of like denial and grief and fear from everyone, and it's such an interesting concept.
I think the original Moon goes into seek therapy, and the new one goes into meh.
Yep.
Yeah, I can agree to that. So for our next guest in the stream, we have Hellraiser.
No, I don't
No.
like this guy.
It's funny you say that because I've never found Hellraiser scary, ever, not one time.
I've never even seen. I just don't like how he looks. I don't like the needles.
I think the reason why I find him so goofy is because of how symmetrical his design is. Like all the pin needles are exactly in the exact part of a head. And I'm just like, that's stupid. Those are polygons.
It is goofy. Like, I don't like this guy, but now as an adult, I'm like, is he really that scary? Or do I just let myself be scared by him?
I think I'd say, oh gosh, is he meh or is he cute?
Wait for a sequel? I think he could be scary.
Let's put him above Ivan. Let's give him that at
Who's
least.
Ivan? This mooncake is so good.
Chat. Hellraiser, smash her pass while her mouth is full. Well, she can't stop us.
I think I'm gonna pass.
Yeah, I'll pass.
The next
Too
one
spiky.
is on the scare factor, not on the smash factor.
This is the Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth, which I haven't seen Pan's Labyrinth, but I've seen the Pale Man, and boy howdy.
Yep.
Boy ding dang howdy.
Yeah. Everything about him. This is bad just looking at him. He moves bad. He is bad. Everything bad.
You didn't even see how he puts his eyeballs into his palms.
Ugh, he's so ugh.
What's up with the fingers? They're like not claws, but they're definitely too long.
They're too everything. His mouth is like bleh. Gross.
You wanna shake his hand more?
He eats children and I think fairies, and he's a bad guy.
Yeah, I think you're gonna see him eat a fairy. Fun fact, Guillermo del Toro directed Pan's Labyrinth. And Guillermo has like one guy who he has do all the like big monsters in costumes like this. I believe he's played by the same fella who was the attractive fish husband in that one Fish Husband movie that Guillermo
Shape
also
of Water.
did. Yeah, Shape of Water. Keeps me up at night.
I think he just looks like a stocky Voldemort.
Oh no.
He's scarier in motion.
No. He's yeah, that's the thing. It's him moving, and the scene is
Does he
just
walk around like Zoidberg?
I say he should go into at least top of meh.
I would say at least bottom of keeps me up at night.
We make a whole tier just for him.
Right here. Right here. I don't know. I don't think a guy that eats kids and fairies is gonna be much of an effect on any of us.
He moves so icky.
He's icky. Yeah, okay. You make fair points.
The only reason we invited this person to our guest list is because we would like to see the end of today. To the man, the myth, the legend of the Friday the 13th, Jason.
Yeah, Jason!
I feel like if we didn't put it here, we would legitimately be murdered. So we're just covering our bases.
It would be a little silly to have a Friday the 13th tier list and not have Friday the 13th.
With that being said, he's kind of meh to me. He is very scary in that he's a very real presence. And it's very weird because in a lot of the other characters that we've covered, all of the characters exist in this kind of like ethereal presence of they're not real, but they are real. I think Jason is like all there, like he is there. He is physically there, and he will make you notice a very abruptly that he is there to kill you.
No subtlety about this guy, yeah.
Nah.
And I think there is something scary about a really strong juggernog that will compress you between his arms. And I know that for some of you that might be a good thing, but I am shaming you.
I would put Jason into cute.
I would also put him into cute.
I would put him like under Game Slenderman.
All the way up and he keeps you up at night? The only way
Matt,
Jason's keeping me up at night is
this is a man.
We all saw what you were trying to do. Get that hammer.
She could go into meh, sure.
Yeah.
Here you go.
It's a cat and everything.
Here you go.
I deserve it.
All right then, proceed. No.
No.
All right, so for our next guest to the show is one that you see it at every convention. Someone's cosplaying as this. You've seen him before. It's Pyramid Head.
Pyramid Head's great because he's similar to the moon, but in a much more aggressive way, where he not only represents some cerebral concepts, but also, oh man, that's a strong fella with a silly helmet, a big sword, and a skirt made out of flesh. He's imposing.
Yeah, and all jokes aside about about Pyramid Head's washboard abs, he really does. He's scary in game. There's no fanfare for when so he's introduced via cutscene, but when he starts when you encounter him actually and you are in control, it's not like close up, zoom in, here he is. He's just there and you just have to get away.
Since I've never played the game, I've never been able to appreciate Pyramid Head, but as an icon of horror, I commend him.
Where do we put him?
I know it's hard because he's so oversaturated.
Let's not think about the others because a lot of these characters aren't scary,
right? Because he's popular.
That's fair.
Because of how they've been oversaturated. I like to give them the benefit of their first impression.
I would put him at keeps me up at night, but at the bottom.
Fascinating. I was gonna say put him into Get Therapy. I think he's quite imposing.
I would put him below Mari, but above the story.
The pale lady.
Yeah. So next we have. This was requested for me by somebody, and I've never. I hope one of you has something to say about because I mean, the character looks scary, but
the one that I don't know.
Jeepers Creepers.
He's so icky. Let me Google him really quick.
What is this? Jeepers Creepers? Is this
It's a film.
I don't know. I feel like it reminds me of Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Friday the 13th. You know, like a slasher film.
Yeah, I'm seeing more pictures of this guy, and he looks kind of lame. If I do say so myself. What's with this guy? There's a guy with no eyes. What's happening in this movie?
Some of these prosthetics are really ew.
I'm sorry to the person who that suggested this. This guy blows.
I don't think he fully blows. I don't know. This is kind of an interesting design, I would say. I'm not completely horrified by it, but I would at least put it in meh.
Yeah. It's definitely not that bad, but it's not that good either. The thing I see the most is him taking eyes. He's taken some eyes out of people.
That's pretty ick.
Yeah, because I guess that's the little jingle. Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get those peepers?
I think this is a good spot for him.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't believe we saved this one for last. Yeah, we're gonna give you the warning, you know. If you are a person with weak constitution, you may want to leave right now. I don't know the exact quote from SpongeBob. Roll constitution, because here comes the Super Mario 64 piano.
Yeah! It horrified us all as children.
I have had a very specific nightmare of Wario being eaten by the piano, and I will never forgive the game developers for making this. It should go and seek therapy.
I think I also had a nightmare about the piano.
I, brave soul that I am, did not have any nightmares about this piano because I didn't play Mario 64.
I would put it
Number one.
in the bottom of seek therapy. Me personally, because I think it is a very like childhood. It is a childhood memory seek therapy, and while that may not be scary to us today, we need to remember what once scared us so deeply.
Everyone, a moment of silence as we all remember how terrified we were as children.
That is our tier list for several popular media figures and some personal choices that we made. Oh yeah, you guys should do your self promotion. Go ahead.
Promo stuff.
Do it.
Okay, I've got a Twitter. I mostly use it to let you know when I'm streaming or when I upload a video. I also have a YouTube where I talk about Vocaloids and Pokemon a lot. And I've got a webcomic, which is really neato, so you should read that, because it's really neato.
Don't follow me. I don't post shit.
You post art.
I'm kidding. I have a Patreon. If you want to check out my Patreon, writing a book, and it has some art to accompany it. And I also have a music channel, which is still a work in progress. But it is Allison, Are You Listening?
Thank you for doing this with me. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.